Good morning. My name is John Schweppe. I'm the Policy Director at American Principles Project, a pro-family group based out of Virginia. I'm proud to call in remotely today in support of HB 1257, a bill that will protect kids online and provide important peace of mind to parents who are struggling to safeguard their kids' innocence, especially in a culture so hell-bent on sexualizing them at earlier and earlier ages. As it stands currently in South Dakota, online porn websites are free to distribute the most hardcore porn imaginable to children, and there are no consequences for doing so. This has led to a proliferation of porn use among young people. According to one study, the average age of first porn use is now just 12 years old. And it's important to note that's an average, which means that for many kids, it's even younger than that. HB 1257 seeks to solve this problem in a constitutional way using the least restrictive means possible. Because the technology has improved greatly in the last few years, age verification is as easy as ever, and there are a number of feasible ways to do it. This bill would require online porn websites to choose one of those ways and implement a functional age verification system to prevent minors under the age of 18 from accessing their pornographic content. The enforcement mechanism is civil liability. If an online porn website fails to adhere to this law, they would be held liable every time a child accessed their content, and parents would be able to sue on their child's behalf. Now, almost everyone here should be able to agree that we don't want kids accessing online porn, just like we don't want kids smoking or drinking or gambling. I'm from a state that has legalized sports betting, but kids can't place bets because FanDuel, DraftKings, and all the other sports betting apps have age verification in place. This protects kids from picking up an addictive habit before their brains have fully developed and matured. And it's not an undue burden on adults. It's still extremely easy for an adult to place a bet. But frankly, protecting kids from porn might even be more important than protecting them from cigarettes, beer, and gambling. We've already seen the damage porn has done. Numerous studies have linked porn use to mental health issues, relationship issues, and sexually abusive behavior. And because I know the good folks here today aren't going to be as familiar with modern online pornography, let me tell you, what you see on the internet today is nothing like the topless Playboy and hustler gals of old. The internet made porn extremely weird. The number 2 search for porn in the United States is the Japanese word for cartoon porn. This is some of the most psychologically disturbing pornography on the internet, and it's being targeted to kids, often featuring characters from Disney films or Saturday morning cartoon shows. Because it's cartoons, there's no real-world limitations, meaning that kids are being exposed to the most violent, sadomasochistic pornography imaginable. Kids get addicted to this stuff extremely quickly, and it completely warps their view of sexuality and of potential romantic partners. And again, I can't stress this enough. This type of porn is being deliberately targeted at these kids with no recourse for parents. Getting them hooked young is the point, and getting them addicted for life is the business model. So this bill here today has the potential to be an opportunity for bipartisan agreement. Because this isn't partisan, ultimately this is about protecting kids from bad actors. We know the stakes here. Devices are everywhere: home, work, school, the library, and the internet accompanies almost every single device. Parents simply can't shoulder this responsibility on their own. And South Dakota wouldn't be alone either. Lawmakers have already passed these types of bills in 8 states across the country, including Texas and Virginia, and we anticipate at least a dozen more to consider these types of bills in their legislative sessions this year. I appreciate all the important work this committee is doing here today. I register support for this effort and urge the immediate passage of HB 1257. Happy to stick around and answer any questions, but I do know, Madam Chair, that David Mason, I believe, would like to share next, if that's okay.
That's great. Thank you, Mr. Schweppe.